Okay guys, so let's start. So today's topic is VTP. Topic name is VTP. Note it down. VTP means VLAN Trunking Protocol. VLAN Trunking Protocol. Okay, so the first question now, this is okay, VLAN trunking protocol. So first thing, why do we need VTP in the network? What is the things why we do need? Let's consider guys, first see then right. Now, let's consider this is one building, okay, and in this building there are 20 floors. How many floors there? 20. This is the floor 20th, 19th floor, and this is all about 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and this is the first floor. Total how many floors are there? 20 floors. On each and every floor there is a 1 switches. 1 switches there. So total how many switches do we have? 20 switches. This is basement guys. This is the basement. This is the main server room. We are sitting there. This is me. Okay. And it's you. Two guys are there. I'm a senior network administrator and you are a trainee under me. Okay. Now let's consider on each and every department, we have on each and every floor, there is a 3 departments. One is HR, second is sales team, and then IT, and one is from management. Clear or not? Now, on every floor, we have 4 departments. Okay, so it means if there is a 4 department, so in each and every department, let's consider on the first floor, 20 people are there in the HR. In the sales, 10 people are there. In IT, 5 people are there. In management, 2 people are there. Different floor, different number of guys there. Okay, that is dependent, like depends floor to floor. But overall, 4 departments are there. That's it. Okay. Now, on the HR, if I'm talking about, it's all about VLAN 10. Sale is all about VLAN 20. IT is all about VLAN 30. And it's all about 40. VLANs are clear. After that, different floors, different number of guys in a VLAN, or number of like different number of devices and a VLAN, or different interfaces as well. That doesn't matter for us. Okay. Now let's consider it's day 1. Okay, and what we are doing, we have to configure the VLANs there. Okay, so what I'm doing, let's consider this guy is with me. Okay, and I'm asking him, Rakesh, we have to create one VLAN first of all. Okay, HR, and what is the VLAN? VLAN 10 is there, and we have to create on all the 20 switches. There's no IP addresses, nothing is there, and physically you have to access, means configure it. We need console cable. So for the console cable, obviously I have to go from where to where. If I'm in basement, first I have to go to first floor. I have to configure VLAN 10, and name I have to assign as a what? HR, then 2nd floor, then 3rd floor, then 4th, then 5th, then 6th, and up to how many floors? 20 floors. How much time will it take? If you have to create a VLAN, and if you have to take any console access and all, it will take, for a single switch, will take at least 5 to 7 minutes, and could be more as well. Maybe console is not working, maybe console port is not working. You have to go with some basic troubleshooting and all. So 20 floors. On an average, if I'm saying it's all about 10 minutes. Okay, so total is what? 200 minutes. 200 minutes means how many hours?
3 hours 20 minutes.
Exactly, almost 3.5 hours. Clear? And just consider there is a no lift, nothing is there. You have to go via stairs only. Okay, fine. Guys, this is clear or not?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the second thing is, now after 3.5 hours, okay, and via stairs and only, let's consider it took 4 hours for you. Just consider, okay, overall 4 hours, and after that you just came back to me and you said, Amit, it's done. Clear? After that, I'm saying, okay, that's good, but really sorry, Rakesh, we need to create one more VLAN, management VLAN. So go back and create one more. Okay, how much time will it take again? 4 hours, and maybe this time it will take 4.5 extra time. On an average, I'm saying again 4 hours. Again, this guy from first floor to 20th floor, and again he will come back and I will say, Amit, it's done again. Again, sorry buddy, once more with IT. Then all about sales. How many times? 4 times. Now we are done with that. Now let's consider, I'm saying ki Rakesh, we don't need HR, go and delete it. Every time without lift, first floor to 20th floor. Is it feasible solution? Not at all. Clear? Problem is clear or not? Okay, first note down the problem. Yes guys, problem is clear or not? We need one centralized solution here. Because again and again, I can't go from first floor to the 20th floors there. It's very difficult. It's not impossible, but it's difficult. Time taking process. Clear? Done everyone? Now we need one centralized solution. Centralized solution means, let's consider if I'm on first floor and if I have to delete or I have to create anything, I have to delete or create everything from the basement here. Okay, I don't have to go from again and again from the first floor to the second floor there. Let's consider these are those switches. Okay, out of 20 I am using 5 switches here. Just consider. Okay, 5 floors. Okay, or you can say we can use 20 as well, but I am using here 5 only. I have to create how many VLANs? I have to create here VLAN 10, 20, 30 and VLAN 40 over there. Okay, now on every floor guys, these are the switches. So these switches are connected with the cables here. They are connected to each other with like this way. Connected with like this with it. Okay, so now these are the 5 switches. All the 5 switches are connected like this way. Okay, on all the switches I have to create these 4 VLANs. Okay, VLAN 10, VLAN 20, VLAN 30, 40, but I don't have to take the console of each and every switches here. I need some centralized system. Okay, let's consider what type of centralized system. Let's consider this is one of the switch here. Okay, I want here concept like if I'll create some VLAN here, that VLAN will replicate to the next switch automatically. Means I'll create VLAN 10 here, but that VLAN will be created automatically on the switch 2, switch 3, switch 4 and switch 5 as well. I need that type of centralized system. So for that thing, there's a one solution, one protocol came, that is all about VTP, VLAN Trunking Protocol. VTP contains here one concept that is all about server and client. The concept about server and client. VTP server and VTP client. Like in a classroom, only one trainer is possible at the same time. Let's consider it's not possible that one another trainer is sitting there and that trainer is also teaching CCNP at the same time. Obviously, or is that possible? Not at all. So now we have to define one domain here. What we have to define? We have to define one domain. Let's consider this is one domain here. In this domain, we have to allocate all these 5 switches or all the 20 switches here. These are some commands. So first thing, we have to define domain. We have to define one domain. Then all these switches we have to define in a single domain there. Let's consider this is one domain. Okay, and we are 20 people here, so we are the part of the CCNA domain here. On the second floor, CCNP classes are going on. Okay, 4 classes are going on. So there are how many broadcast domain or how many domains? 4. CCNP routing switching, one is CCNA routing switching, one is AWS, and one is CSAS security. 4 different domains, different students. Correct or not? So same, this is the one domain you have to define. Okay, let's consider one domain I'm defining, and to the domain we have to assign name as well. And name you can use anything. Let's consider domain name is what? Amit. And you have to define all these devices to the which domain? Domain Amit. Okay. Once we will define, now let's consider how many devices do I have in this domain? 20. Out of these 20 devices, now manually you have to select or manually you have to make one switch as a server. Because in a single domain, how many server is possible? One server. And how many clients? N minus 1 will be client. What does N means? N means total number of switches. If you are using 5, 1 is server and 5 minus 1 will be client. If I am using 20, 1 is server and 20 minus 1 will be clients. Clear? Clear or not? So in this example, how many switches I am using? 5 switches total. So out of this 5, how many server will be there? 1. Let's consider this is my server. And this is what? Client. Next is client. Next is again client. Manually we have to define it. Okay, and that is again client. So in this building, okay, if I'm in the basement, so in the basement I have one switch. So what I'll do? I'll make this switch as a what? As a server. And I have access of that server. And the remaining switches, I'll make it as a what? Clients. Clear or not? So first thing, you have to define one domain. Domain name I have defined here what? Amit. After that, within domain you have to allocate all the devices. How many devices are there? And out of those devices, one device you have to make it as a what? Server. It's like consider 20 students are there. First we have to assign the student. Now in this classroom 20 students are there. So out of the 20 students, one student, maybe this guy is there, he is a like CR of this classroom. Not everyone is not the CR. Who is the CR? This guy is the CR. Clear? So same server, you have to define it manually. Clear? So one server and remaining switches are what? As a client. One domain, always one server is possible, not more than that. Clear or not? Note it down at least.
On the client also we have to define it manually.
Sleeping? Okay. Clear, guys? Yes or no? Done? Everyone? Now, VTP is in a protocol, guys. What is VTP? It's in a protocol. It has some version concept here. Okay. So, what are the versions there? VTP version 2 and VTP version 3. If I'm using VTP version 2, it always supports your standard VLANs. It's all about standard. And if I'm talking about VTP, it's all about standard plus extended. Okay, note it down. It has two versions, VTP 2 and VTP 3. VTP has modes concepts as well. Okay, overall we have three modes. One is the server mode, second is all about client mode, and third is transparent mode. Those are three modes: server, client and transparent. Server and client is clear. What is the transparent? We will discuss after some time. Both the things are done, VTP version and VTP modes case. Now, done. Client is transparent. Okay. Now, what is VTP? VLAN trunking protocol. Why do we need to save the time here? Okay. VTP mode is done. VTP versions we have done. VTP messages, guys. There are three messages concepts. What are those messages? Please note it down. Summary advertisement, subset advertisement and client advertisements. Just note down the names only. That's it. Not this thing. Okay, just only names. Summary, subset and client. Just note down the names only. Summary, subset and client. That's it. Done, guys. So VTP first modes, VTP versions and VTP messages. Only 3 things. Now, let's come back here. Now, let's consider I have these 3 or 4 switches. 4 switches I'm using. Okay, switch 1 and all that. I have defined one domain name. I have defined what? Domain name. Domain name is all about CCI. Manually we have to define it. So on all the switches, first of all you have to define domain name. So now domain name is CCI. So now all the devices are the part of the same domain. Clear? After that you have to define it manually as a server. This is all about client, all about client, and all about client. After that, these devices are connected like this way. This is connected. This is on all the floor. Consider it as a first floor, second floor, third floor and fourth floor here. This is first floor. This is all about second floor. This is all about 19th floor. And this is all about now 20th floor. How many floors total? 20 floors. Now, as a network admin, I have to create 4 VLANs. VLAN 10, VLAN. In the starting only 2 VLANs with their name as a HR and as a IP. Clear? Manually, obviously, it will take a lot of time for me. Okay. So now, first of all, you have to configure VTP. You have to define in the VTP. First of all, I have to define domain name that we have defined. Then we have to define version. Okay. And then we have to define it as a server and client. Okay. Once I will define, there's a small commands are there. Okay. With the help of these 3 commands, first of all, we have to make it as a server, clients, VTP versions, we have to enable it. And you have to make sure, guys, once I will define domain name, this domain name we have to define on all the devices. Okay. And make sure once if you are defining it CCI, so domain name should be same on all the devices. Let's consider I'm defining it as a what? CCI here. I have defined CCI here. I have defined CCI here, and maybe you will define here. Let's consider by mistake CCN. So CCN is what? Now this is another domain here. Okay, it's not about same. So you have to make sure domain name should be same on all the devices. First thing. After that, if I'm talking about version, again it should be same V2 and V2. Both the things defined. Third is I have to define server. This is server defined, client defined, client defined, client defined. Any problem here? Okay. VTP is configured, but now how VTP is gonna help us and this concept, right? Because if we have more than 20, 30, 40 flows there, so how it's gonna help us now? We have to create server, client and all. Guys, if I'm talking about server, now we have server here. On server, we can create the VLANs. Okay, we can create the VLANs. We can delete the VLANs. And we can modify. We can modify it. But if I'm talking about, first see, if I'm talking about client and right now client only. If I'm talking about client, we can't create, we can't delete, we can't modify. We can't do anything. So it means this is which mode? Client mode. If you will try to create here VLAN 10, switch won't allow you. It will give you one error. The error is in client mode we can't. In client mode, we can't create the VLAN. So it means if I have 20 switches and out of 20, 19 switches are what as a client, so it means on all these 19 switches, on means you can say on the 19 clients, I can't create any VLAN or I can't create or I can't delete it. So where we can create and where we can delete? Only on the server mode. Okay, this is we are where? We are on the first floor here. So now let's consider I have to create here VLANs. So what is the command for that? This is all about on server. The command is VLAN 10. After that you can define here name. Let's consider HR. Next is again VLAN all about 20 and VLAN 20 and name, let's consider I have defined as a IT. VLAN 10, name as a HR. 2 VLANs are done. But these VLANs are created where? These VLANs on your server only. So let's consider these 2 VLANs I have created on the same commands. But my requirement is what? My requirement is I need the same VLAN on client, this one as well, on this one as well. And if I'm just, let's consider with the help of the console, I just took the access of this particular CLI of this switch. And after that, if I'm trying to create the VLANs, I'm getting what? Error. And what is the error? You can't create the VLANs. Okay. So how VTP will help us? Now let's consider I have created the VLAN here. Okay. So what VTP will do? This is VTP server. What is the VTP task? VTP actual task is to replicate VLAN information from server to the clients. Server to the clients there. So I have created the VLANs here, VLAN 10 and 20. So what VTP will do? VTP will replicate this information to the next device. On server, we have created VLAN 10 and 20. Once this information will be replicated to the client, automatically client will create VLAN 10 and 20 with same name. Whatever you will configure here, same information will be replicated to the server client. So first, client will create the VLANs. Now my data is updated. So now I have VLAN 10 with name as a what? HR, VLAN 20, name as a IT. My database is updated or not? After that, this client will replicate the same information to the next switch. So next switch will check it. It's all about what? HR is all about 10 and VLAN 20 is all about IT. And then to the next one, that is all about HR 10 and IT is all about 20. Clear? So this information is replicating from where? This information is replicating from the server. In case if you have to delete anything, delete where? Delete on server, automatically this VLAN will be deleted from where? From within fractions of seconds. Just create your VLAN where? On the server itself. And after that, within the fractions of second, that information will be replicated on all the clients. Maybe if you have 100 switches, 200 switches, that doesn't matter. Fractions of seconds, that information will be replicated from server to all the clients. Clear? In the starting, during the first time, once you will establish your network, on that time, we have to define 3 things on all the switches. First is domain name, that should be same, VTP version, and that switch is server or client here. So in the starting, you have to define these 3 things, but then after that, for the next 20, 30, 40 or 50 years, okay, if you have to do any VLAN modification, just do it where? On the server itself. Clear or not? And after that, that information will be replicated to the next switches. So VTP is a better option or not? If you have to create the VLANs. So VTP will replicate only VLAN information from server to clients. This is overall use of the VTP. Clear or not? Please note it down.
So here the VLAN will be configured for all the switches for same interface.
Same interfaces means? No, interfaces doesn't matter here.
Yeah.
No. Different, okay, that I'll come on that after this one. Right now only VLAN created, not VLAN interfaces assignments.
Okay.
I'll come on that.
Sir, if you want to delete any VLAN in particular floor, how we can
In client mode, you can't. If you have to delete it, so for that thing we have one more solution. That solution is known as transparent. That is still we have to, this is still pending. So the server you have to create it, but on the client mode we can't create any type of VLANs there. All the modifications which is VLAN related will be only on server, not on the client. Yes, everyone, it's done. Yes, Manju, Vinay. Done. So, now guys, see, why do we need VTP in the network? That is clear, to replicate VLAN information to save the time. So, it's all about VLAN information, not about interface information there. Means, let's consider, these are the different flows, okay, and these are different flows here. I'm a senior network admin here and I'm on the first floor only, but after that on each and every floor there is some junior network admins out there. They are handling this guy is handling first floor, then second floor, then third floor, and then fourth floor here. On each and every now floors, there is a HR VLAN, it's all about 10, and then there is a one IT, which is all about 20. Let's consider on the first floor. On the first floor, in the HR team, only 5 people are there, and in IT, if I'm talking about, or it could be sale as well, IT, 10 people are there. On the second floor, this is the one service-based company. You can consider it as a Cisco campus. Okay, so now it's all about HR. 8 guys are there, and in IT, 50 guys are there. Okay, the next is in HR, 25 people are there, and in IT, it's all about 20 people. Okay, here in HR, 1 guy is there, and in IT, 102 guys are there. Clear? Now, first VLAN is clear. VLAN is there on all the floors here. Now, it's all about interface assignments. We have to assign what? We have to assign interface now. Clear? So for the interface assignments, guys, local guys, they will assign the interfaces. Let's consider here on this floor. On the first floor, I have a switch. Okay, so on this switch, there's a 24 ports out there. Okay, 1 to 5 ports is for first 1 to 5 is for the HR team, and 6 to 16 is all about IT team. Interfaces. Now if I'm coming with second floor, on the second floor I have a switch, and that switch is having 128 ports. How many ports? 128. How many ports do we have here? 128. Total how many devices do we have? 58. 1 to 50 is all about first 1 to 50 IT, and next 51 to 58 is all about HR. Clear? On the last floor, if I'm talking about, again let's consider we have a switch having 128 ports. So 1 to 110, it's all about IT, some extra ports, and interface 120th is all about HR. VLANs are same, but according to the requirements, different interfaces assigned into the different VLANs there. So this VLAN assignment will be, who will do this VLAN assignments? Local admins there. But local admins can't delete any type of VLANs. They can't create any type of VLANs. Okay, they can't do any type of modification, but they can assign the interfaces only. Because from here, let's consider if this interface assignment is again centralized concept here. So according to this flow, the first 5 interfaces should be the part of where? HR. On second floor, how many HR guys are there? 8. But how many interfaces only? 5 interfaces. Clear or not? Even on the last floor, how many guys are there? 1. So why to use even 5 interfaces there? Because how many, what is the requirement? Exactly for the 1 guy. So according to the requirements, local admin will assign the interfaces in the respective VLANs. Clear? That concept is all about your locally only, not the centralized. One concept is the centralized, and what is that? VLAN assignments. Because now, as a senior network admin, I have full control on all the switches there. Okay, because I can delete any VLAN, I can modify any VLAN, I can create any VLAN. Sir. Clear or not? So this is all about interface assignments. If I'm coming back, do you want to write anything here? Note it down. So interface assignment will be locally. Okay, not the centralized. VLAN creation, VLAN deletion or modifications will be centralized. Okay.
What if any in like 5 floor we need admin VLAN?
Wait up to 9:30. Okay. Clear, guys? Now, done everyone? Now, so we have created the VLAN, we have assigned the interfaces, everything is done. So one question is, Amit, when we are creating the VLANs, so what is VLAN actually? I just told you why do we need VTP? Because with the help of the VTP, so we are able to replicate VLAN info from server to client. Correct? Now, guys, tomorrow there is a no session. Okay? So this is what? This is information. Okay? How I'm replicating? This is just information. Okay? So let's consider if I have to send this information to you guys, first maybe I'll email. Otherwise, we have WhatsApp group. We have one WhatsApp group. Or otherwise, I can share this information now only. Right now class is going on and guys, tomorrow there is a no class. So what is that? Message or not? Some information. What VTP do actually? It's replicating VLAN information or not? Okay. So the question is how this VTP is replicating this information from server to the clients. So VTP is replicating information from server to clients. For that we need some messages there. Okay, and for that thing is there is a 3 messages. First is subset advertisement. The second is summary, then subset, and then client. Summary and subset always always generates from the servers. Who can generate summary and subset? Server. Please note it down. Message is clear or not? Why do we need the message? To replicate, because VTP is replicating the information from server to client. So with the help of the messages, it will replicate that information. That's it. So summary and subset. S means server. So these messages will be generated from the server only. That's it. Client messages, client advertisement. Who can generate the client advertisement? Only client can generate, not server. Note down one more important line here. Summary and subset messages can be created by or can be who can generate? That is generated by only server. But client can't generate subset and summary advertisements here, but they can replicate. They can replicate. Client can replicate summary and subset advertisement. Or you can say it will just pass it to the next client. Client 1 getting subset and summary, then it will pass to the next one. But it can't generate, or it can't, yeah, obviously it can't generate it, that's it. But it can replicate.
Client to client is client message.
Client.
So that is called client advertisement, right?
Client advertisement.
The replication of the.
No, no, no. If client will advertisement any message, that is just replication. That is not
Not
client
client
advertisement. No, that is different. I'm a server. I have generated one message. So when I have generated the message, it could be subset or could be summary. Transfer to the next guy. He is a client. He will update his database. This guy will replicate to the next one. But still, this is what? Subset or summary advertisement, not the client. Clear, guys? Now, how it's gonna work now? See here. Now, let's consider we have created one two VLANs here, VLAN 10 and VLAN 20. Now, this is server here. We have two type of messages. One is about summary advertisement. One is subset here. What is the difference between subset and summary? Both the messages will be generated by server only, but what is the difference between that? Server is, guys, type of periodic messages here. Periodic means after some time. Okay, let's consider it's you and you are staying in PG. Let's consider if I'm talking about myself, I'm from Delhi and I'm in Bangalore. My parents are in Delhi itself. Daily they just call me in the evening at 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. Okay, hi, how are you and all, how your office and all. That is just regular call on the daily basis. But let's consider today I have some important work, or maybe I have to check with my father or mother something. So obviously I'm not gonna wait for the 5 p.m. Maybe I have to travel to Delhi because of some office work. I have to travel today only. I have to inform my parents and my flight time is 4 p.m. only, 4 to 7. So I'm not gonna wait, okay, first at 5 o'clock my mother or my father will call me and then I'll inform. It's an emergency, I have to travel. So immediately it's in morning at 8 o'clock I just got to know this thing, I have to travel today in the evening for the Delhi. So immediately I'll call my parents, I'm coming to Delhi. So that is what, when you are calling, when you calls at the regular times, okay, then the daily basis at 5 p.m., 6 p.m. in the evening only, that is known as about summary advertisement after 24 hours. Clear? But if it's emergency and if you have to inform your parents immediately, maybe it's midnight 12 a.m. to 11 p.m., maybe it's about early morning 4 a.m. emergency call, that is all about what? Subset advertisement. So summary means after every 5 minutes, but subset is means immediately.
Whenever there is a change.
Immediately. If there is any changes, immediately you have to inform. Clear or not? So summary messages you can say as a keep alive also. Keep alive means on the regular basis we are sending hello. Okay? But subset is what? If is there any emergency? If there are any modifications? Okay? So then immediately subset advertisement. Clear? Note it down. Summary advertisement is also known as periodic messages. Periodic. Periodic means it's after some particular time period. So what is that timer? 5 minutes. Done? Now, I'm coming back with the same concept here. Now let's consider we have defined here server, client, and everything is done. Okay, there is a no VLAN created, nothing is there up to now, nothing is there. Just consider we have connected, we have configured VTP. Three things we have defined there on all the interfaces. First, I have defined domain name, I have defined its version or its server or client here, and now my VTP is enabled, VTP is working. These things I have configured 10 minutes back. Okay, now what these guys they will do, after every 300 seconds, okay, server will generate one hello messages. Hey, how are you? That is all about keep alive messages. In networking, always we have keep alive messages there. On the daily basis, when you are calling your parents or your friends and all, on the daily basis, so that is what? Keep alive messages there. Okay, let's consider at morning 8 o'clock, you are getting a call from your father or mother or maybe from your friends. And today, there is a no call, nothing is there. It's now 12 p.m. here. There is a no call from last 4 hours. So maybe there is some issue with them. Okay, there is a problem. Clear or not? So same, these are the what? Type of keep alive messages. Server will check it with its clients. Are you alive or not? Are you alive or not? That is all about summary. What is subset now? Let's consider now, just now only one summary message I have sent. Okay, so what is that time of 300 seconds? Countdown will be start 299, 298, 297, 296, 1 second, 0, 1, summary advertisement. Again timer start from where? 300 seconds, 299. It's all about 298, 297 and all. Timer is starting, okay. Now, just consider timer is 300 seconds, now 299. We are where? We are at 299 now. And I have created here VLAN 10. This is all about VLAN 10. Now the server has to replicate this information to the client, next client. How it will replicate this information? With the help of the messages. We have two messages, summary and subset. Let's consider there is a no subset message. Just take an example. So we have only which concept? Summary concept, and summary messages can be exchanged after only 300 seconds. Now we are where? We are 299. So it means we have to wait for the 298 seconds more. Almost we have to wait for the next 5 minutes. It's in a delay or not? Obviously this is delay. This is delay or not? Obviously this is what? This is delay on. If I have to cancel the batch, it's not like that. Let's consider tomorrow I have to cancel the batch. I'm not going to be wait tomorrow up to 8 a.m. and 8 a.m. I'll message you guys there is a no class. Because up to 8 you will be here only. If I have to cancel the batch, I have to share this information before 8. As soon as. Clear or not? So now information is ready or not? What is the information? VLAN 10. Information is ready or not? We have to, server has to share this information with the client. But if summary messages are there, so I'm not going to wait for the 5 minutes, because we have to wait according to summary. You have to wait for the 5 minutes. Okay. So now we have one more message here, that is all about subset. So my information is ready. I have to replicate the information. Who will carry this information for me now? Subset message. Because subset message is on the instant basis. So information is ready. Immediately who will replicate this information? Summary. So now if I'm talking about all the switches, is there any VLAN? By default VLAN 1 is there. I have created here VLAN 10. Its name is HR. Immediately this information will be replicated to the next switch here. So that is all about VLAN 10. So once this information will replicate to the client, so first of all client will update its database. It will create its own VLAN. My VLAN is ready, and after that it will replicate the same information to the next client. Okay, then it will replicate to the, it will update it here. This is all about VLAN 10. That is done. Will replicate to the next one, VLAN 10. will replicate information to the next one.
So client messages. So client messages.
Obviously, to replicate. Please pass to the next guy. The next.
There will be any hop count like that.
No,
Nothing.
there is no concept. So this is what we are replicating the informations. Okay. Now, this is only information. Let's consider this is subset message here. This is which message, guys? This is subset message here. What this message actually contains? First thing, it will contain your domain name. What's the domain name? CCI. It will contain your versions. Should be, this is all about 2. What is the information? Information is about VLAN 10. Plus, it will contain one revision number. And the revision number is now 2. It contains a lot of things. Remaining things we will discuss during the CCNP classes. For now, at CCNA level, these 4 things are important here. Okay? For C, then write. This is information. This information will replicate to the client. First of all, client will check it. I'm getting what? One subset message, but from which domain? Okay? This is what? CCI. This is again the part of the CCI domain only. This is not CCI, guys. It's all about Amit. Because we have configured which domain name? We have configured Amit. You remember? This one here. Okay? And I told you in the starting only, domain name and version should be same. Okay? So if it's in the same domain, so obviously Amit here, Amit here, Amit. Clear? Message is coming where? It's all about subset message. Subset message from where to where? Server to client. Now, client, first of all, client will check it. Is this coming from the which domain? Amit here. What is my domain? Amit. So it's coming from the same domain there. So means this is the information which I have to update. Which version is there? Version 2. Version 2 is already enabled. That's fine. What is the information? VLAN 10. Let me update VLAN 10. Got it? Next again, same to the next one, same to the next one, same to the next one. Those type of things. Clear or not? Okay. One more concept here, that is all about revision number. What does it mean actually? So before explaining this thing, guys, if you have any doubt, if you have any question, you can ask me or note it down, and after that we will start with the revision. If you want to write anything, make the notes, and if you have any doubt, if you have any question, so you can ask me. One new thing is for here, that is all about revision number. Okay, that we have to discuss.
So every time we will use subset message only for transparent.
Exactly, always subset. If you are creating anything, let's consider on the server, if you are doing any modification, you are creating any VLAN, maybe you are deleting any VLAN, so always subset message will be there.
You said that keep alive will always be there.
Keep alive is a different thing. That is just to check it, whether that my clients are alive or not. I'm just checking it. Hello, hi, when you are sending, that is all about whether that is alive or not. Maybe second client is not working. Maybe some issue is there. Okay?
That will
So
not transfer any VLAN information.
obviously not.
But there will be a delay in getting the reply, right?
Then obviously. So then you have to check your network. There isn't some issue with that. So this is the reason why keep alive message is there.
Now to check the keep alive messages, like there's a delay also then because it's a summary message.
Obviously, there is a some that is also. But what is the main use of the summary messages? Main thing. Why I'm sending it after 5 minutes? Just to check it whether my clients are alive or not. Why daily you are calling to your parents in the evening or in the morning? Just to hello, hi and all. Okay, so this is just keep alive messages, not any informational. And information is there. Which message is there? Always subset. Okay. Summary is not any informational messages. It's not replicating any information. It just keep alive messages. That's it.
So as you have said that summary is the key value. If we are updating, then subset message will be.
Sorry?
When we are updating our table, that server table.
That is all about subset.
Subset. So after updating, then it's converted to summary advertising.
And that is all about after 5 minutes. That is fixed. Server will replicate the summary message after every minute. So maybe there is any information or not, that doesn't matter. That is just regular messages. Keep alive messages.
This, the first client, that also will replicate the summary advertisement to the next
Yes,
one,
obviously. Once it will save the summary here, then it will update, and then it will to the next one, to the next one, to the next one. Okay, because I told you in the starting, client can replicate the summary and subset advertisement. It can't generate, it can just replicate, and it has to be replicated. If it won't replicate, so how your information will be reached to the second client, or otherwise how you will get to know my second client is alive. Okay, this is clear? Done? Now, what is the meaning of revision number here? This is very important concept here. Okay. Now, revision number means number of modifications here. Revision number equals to number of modifications. Number of VLAN modifications. Now, let's consider. Now, see guys, this is clear up to now. Just see here. Server, client, client. I am using 3 switches. This is all about server here, all about client, and this is all about client. Okay. On this one, we have defined one domain name as a CCI, version as a 2. Clear or not? Same here. Domain name and this one, and domain name. Is there any issue? Any problem? Now, this is done here. Any problem? Now, by default VLAN 1 is there. What I am doing, VLAN 10, HR, VLAN 20, all about IT. This is there. This is done. Now, subset message will be there. Okay, and subset message will carry this information to the next clients. VLAN 10, all about HR, VLAN 20, all about IT here. This information is here. Now this information is done. Ready or not? Everything is done. By default, revision number is 1. Okay. Now, how many modifications we have done on the server? See, first modification, VLAN 10. Second modification, you have assigned the name. Third modification, VLAN 20, and next is all about IT. Any modification, if you are deleting anything, if you are assigning the name, if you are removing the name of your one modification, that will be considered as a one modification. By default, it's 1. If I'm talking about revision number, by default is what? 1. How many modifications? 4. Now what is that? 5. What is that? 5 here. Same. This is all about subset message here. Sorry, consider it. This is all about subset here. So when we are sending the subset, so what are the things there? Domain name. What is that? CCI. Which version we are talking about?
Version 2.
Version 2. VLAN information. VLAN. First it will be revision number. What's the revision number now? 5. Now there is some information. What is that? VLAN 10 as a HR, and VLAN 20 as a what? IT. This is what? This is the information. Clear or not? Message is ready. Which message is this one? This is subset here. Subset message is there, and now server to client. Client will receive this message here. It will check it first of all. What is the domain name? CCI. Now, what is my domain name? I am also CCI here. 1 second. Now, in the incoming message, what's the name? CCI. What's the my domain name? CCI. What is the version? Version 2. Version 2. On client as well, if I'm talking about revision number, by default, what's the revision number, guys? 1. After that, it will check it. What is the revision number? 5. What is my revision number? 1. In the same network, guys, on all the devices, on server and clients, revision number should be same. That should be same. What is my revision number? 1. In the incoming message, what is the revision number? 5. It means in this message there is some information, okay, which I have to update in my database, because client doesn't have that information. That's why its revision number is what? Only 1. What is that information? VLAN 10, HR 20. How many modifications? 4. It will update its database. My database is updated now, okay, and now how many modification? 4 plus 4 equals to what? 5. Now my revision number is 5 and this one is what? 5. So it means I am now up to date as per server. I have the same information which is present on the server itself. Next, it will replicate the information to next to the next one. What is the revision number? 1. It will compare with the existing one. What's this one? 5. What is my revision number? 1. Something is missing. Let me check the information. What is the information? This is the information. Let me update my database. And now, what is my revision number? Clear or not? So now on all the devices, the revision number is same or not? Okay. Revision number should be same on all the devices. Okay. Note it down.
Summary advertisement also contains the same thing.
Just.
But after 300 seconds. That's it.
And this week somehow we have to finish routing as well.
Saturday, if there is a class, we can.
Maybe.
We'll discuss. Clear? This is 14th lecture, if I'm not wrong, right? 14.
So how many more modules for CC to get over?
Sorry?
For
I
CC
need 25 classes.
11 days.
At least 25 I need.
Or else one Sunday continuously. One Sunday continuously for 5-6 hours.
Very good. Clear? Try to focus on the concepts. Classes doesn't matter. Maybe it's 20 or maybe 30. Concept should be clear. That's it.
We can extend also, right? We can extend even after the condition.
Not worry. We can extend up to 70. It doesn't matter. But obviously, I'm not going to extend it that much.
To become
After-
senior network engineer, how many years experience do you need?
5.
I mean, minimum
This is the minimum.
5 years.
Clear this one? Now, come back here again. So this is what? This is all about subset here. Summary message is always also looks like this way only. Okay. Now let's consider this as summary message this time. Okay. This client will check it. What's the domain name? CCI. What's my domain name? CCI. What is this one? 2. What is this one? 2. What is the incoming revision number? 5. What is my revision number? 5. So almost the same information is same or not? So it means in this message there is no new information. Nothing is there. So it means I don't have to check this information there. I'm not gonna check this information because revision number is what? That is same. So it will replicate to the next guy. Okay. So it means revision number will help the clients to check it in the incoming incoming message whether that information is new or is the same old information. Okay, one more concept here within this one. Now let's consider this is new switch here. This is what? New switch. Now, summary message is done with a 300, 299. I have added this is what? New switch here. In the new switch, I have configured here. First of all, you have to configure domain name. Domain name is what? CCI. Version is all about 2 and this is all about client. This is all about client. This is clear? Now, by default, which VLAN is there? By default, VLAN 1. I'm a new switch in this one. I need all the information. So immediately, once I will connect it here, this switch. Now see, one is what? 299 second is there. First option is that wait for the summary message for the next 5 minutes, because after 5 minutes this message will be there, and once this message will be here, then now what is my revision number now? 1. Okay, so once summary message will be here, then compare your revision number with the summary message 1 or 5. I need the information, then we'll update your database. But for that thing you have to wait for the what? 5 minutes. I can't. Okay, immediately I'll generate one request here. Request to the server, and that request with the help of one message, and that message is known as client advertisement. Client advertisement means I'm a new client in this domain. I need all the existing information. Let's consider today one new student is joining us. Okay, obviously that guy will ask you, please give me the link of your drive because I need all the videos there. So request from where? From the student. So same request will be here, request will be there. Because directly I'm not connected with the server. I'm replicating to the clients. So this is what? It's connected here now. So this is what? Client advertisement. Up to here just now, once this server is receiving this message, now server received this client advertisement. Okay, at 275 seconds. So obviously server is not gonna wait for the summary. Okay, so immediately it will generate one subset message. Okay, subset message will be where? Client will check it. What's the domain name? CCI, domain name CCI. Version 2, version 2. What's the revision number? 5. What is my revision number? 5. Information is same. It's not gonna open it. It will replicate the information to the next one. Same thing will be next one. Then it will replicate to the information this one. It will check it. What's this domain name? CCI, CCI. Version 2, version 2. What is my revision number? 1. Incoming 5. Information is there. And now VLAN 10 with HR, VLAN 20 with Clear or not? So this is all about that. Note it down.
Along with that, along with that message, the IP header and IP address, my IP address will also every time, every periodical.
Go to the TCP headers.
So whenever the message, whenever the changes in this subset of this summary, every time the message IP address.
So the switch role doesn't need to be an IP address.
In case of routers, it is
Subset
Router, there is no
will be generated only
just using
Only?
only on Windows phone.
Yes, if request is there. Otherwise, if you are doing any modification, then it will generate. Let's consider, guys, see here. Now, guys, here, VLAN 30. Information. What's my revision number now? 5 plus 1 equals to what? 6 only. Which message now immediately? Subset. It will be to the next one. We'll check it. What's my revision number? 5. Incoming is what? 6. New information. We'll update. What's the information now? VLAN. Okay. To the VLAN 30 now, after that, you are assigning the name. Let's consider last time we forget that thing. The name is what? From sales one. Again, 6 plus 1. 6 plus 1 here now. Clear? So this is all about this thing. So in the VTP, why do we need VTP? To replicate VLAN information from server to client. Okay. So in the VTP, what are the things? What is VTP? Why VTP? This is clear. VTP mode, server client, transparent is still pending. 2 versions, VTP messages, that is done. Okay. Next is all about what is the meaning of transparent switch. What is the meaning of transparent switch? My requirement is, Amit, on this switch, on third switch, I need VLAN 101, VLAN 102, VLAN 103, VLAN 104. These 4 VLANs I need. Okay. So this is what? Client only. If you will try to create the VLAN here, client mode won't allow you to create any type of VLANs. If you will create here, so server will replicate the information to everyone. But requirement is that I don't need these VLANs on these switches here. I want where? I want here only. Clear? One option. Remove this client from this domain, okay, and connect these 2 switches directly. That is, I'm not going to do that thing because I don't have a key build because this is on first floor, this is second floor, this is the third floor. I can't connect first to third floor directly. Requirement is that this switch should be the part of the same sequence, first thing, okay, and I have to create these VLANs. Client won't allow you, and if you will create on the server, server will replicate that information to everyone. Clear or not? Okay. So now, what's the concept here? Concept is make it. Last time it's what? This is as a client.
No, this is a server.
No, can't. In the same domain, 2 servers can't be there. Okay. Make it as a transparent. So transparent is there. Now it's type of your private switch here. So you can create all the VLANs. Next time, let's consider we are creating here information VLAN 50 I have created. What is the sequence number now? 8. Information will be to the next switch. What is the incoming revision number? 8. What is mine? Last time it was 7. Okay. New information. Now it will replicate. It will update it. VLAN 40. Now same information will be replicated to the transparent. Transparent is not gonna compare anything with this subset message here. Nothing. because I have capability, I can create my own VLANs there. I don't need any subset or summary advertisement from the server. But I am the part of the sequence. That's why I am getting this message here. So getting this message, so what the transparent will do, it will normally without any update, without any modification, it won't update any database. It will receive and just it will replicate to the next client. It's not gonna do anything with the summary, with subset or with any type of client advertisement. It will receive and it will replicate to the next because I am the part of the sequence. Clear? So that's why I'm just receiving and I'm just sending to the next guy. So on the transparent, if you need any modifications, so that you have to do it manually. There's no impact of the server on the transparent. Create here 1000 of VLANs on the transparent is not going to be updated. If you have to update here anything, if you have to configure anything, you have to do it manually only. Clear? Okay. And in a single network, n number of transparent switches can be there. That doesn't matter. Just only one server. After that, n-1 about your clients, and then n minus client minus 1. That is all about transparent. That's it.
This is all happens in data linking area. So in Ethernet header, what are should be there? There will be a header, right? When you are
So header is all about advertisements.
maybe advertisement, maybe in the header.
Yes, obviously, information is all about headers. Then there is a headers for this information. Subset advertisement header,
Yeah.
summary advertisement header, client advertisement header, everything, and networking all about headers.
All this
That's it.
information will be in the Ethernet header.
In the header.
So every time periodically after 300 seconds or else subset
No, summary as well after 300 seconds also,
Ethernet including everything.
including that. Version 2, and it's all about server. What happened, Monish? Ten minutes more. That's it. Okay. Because the only 2 commands are there, nothing else. Okay, guys. This is done here now. So I'm just using 3 switches. Okay, but you and your practical you need 5 switches at least. Okay. So this is the first step. Let me change its name, host name as a server. Okay. Show VLAN, by default VLAN. VLAN 1 is there, part of the same one. Is there any VLAN 10, 20, 30, 40, 50? Nothing is there. Show VTP version. Okay. The command is show VTP status. Note it down. Is that visible? Raghu asked. Visible or not?
Yeah.
Visible. Now, up to now we have just discussed here VTP version 2 and VTP 3. Okay, VTP version 1 is also there, but this is your simulator, so this is the reason it's showing here version 1. But in actual devices, version 1 is not there. Okay.
Today I'm suddenly I'm feeling hungry.
Set it out from
Now, so VTP version capability is about 1 to 3, but on the real devices it will show you VTP 2 and VTP 3 only. I'm able to create the VLANs on all the switches. So by default guys, VTP mode is server. By default on all the switches, VTP mode, which mode is there? Server. This is the reason why we are able to create the VLANs. Okay. Now, so what is the VTP domain name? By default, null. On all the switches, it's all about null there. VTP version 1 is there. Traps, okay. Capabilities here. VTP mode is there. Configuration number is what? 0. Sometime on the real devices, not sometime on the real devices it will be 1, but it's showing here what? 0. So we will add in the 0, whatever. It's showing what revision number? 0. Let me enable the VTP here. Okay, just see and then write. Very simple command. First thing, define VTP domain name. Let's consider I'm using CCI. If you are using in caps, so make sure that should be in the caps on all the switches. Changing VTP mode name from null to CCI, because last time what was the name? Null. And now what is that? CCI. VTP version 2. VTP mode server. Device mode already VTP server folder, because I told you that is by default in which mode? In the server mode. Show VTP status. See, first see then write. VTP version which is running now? 2. VTP operating mode server. What is the revision number now? 1. Because now I have enabled it. And now what's the revision number? 1. Clear? So I have defined how many things? 3 things. What's the 3 things? VTP domain is all about CCI, VTP version 2, and VTP mode. It could be client or server, depends on requirements. Okay, I'm going with the second switch now. First see then write only. It's only these are the commands. That's it. Okay, nothing else. And after that you have to create the VLANs. And I hope guys you are aware about that. How to create the VLANs. Host name, client, VTP.
You said by default it will be like server.
VTP domain name. What is that? CCI. Domain name already set to. Okay. Okay. VTP mode. Sorry. VTP version all about 2. VTP mode client. Setting device mode VTP client for this one. Okay. Clear? Show VTP status. Okay. What's the domain name? CCI. What is the mode? Client. Okay. What's the revision number? 1 only. Clear? Go to the third switch. Guys, so many times it will happen, you won't get exact output on your simulators. So always try to use the real devices. Now you are familiar with the CLIs and all. Okay, day by day you are getting familiar with your commands and all. So try to switch from simulators to the real devices. Okay, now VTP domain name CCI, VTP version 2, and VTP mode client. Okay, show VTP status, client or not. I'm on client now. I have to create the VLAN 10. VTP VLAN configuration not allowed when device in the client. You can't create any type of VLAN. Show VLAN. Is there any VLAN 10 or 20? No. Go back to server. I'm on server now. Create here VLAN 10. Name HR. VLAN 20. Name IT. Come back. Show VTP status. What's the revision number now? 3. Okay. On real devices, right now, when I have first I have configured VLAN 10 and then I have assigned name. 2 modification, but on GNS it's taking it as a single modification. Okay, but on real devices it will take as a 2 modifications. Sorry. Show VLAN. What's the VLAN? 1020 here. Go back to the clients. This is a client here. Show VLAN. 1020 is there or not? And go to the last one. Last time there was no 10 and 20 VLANs, and now check it. Show VLAN here. 10 or 20 is there or not? Show VTP status. So what is that? Revision number 3 or not? It's same or not on all the devices? Clear? Now, this is host name, client 2. This is all about client 2. Come back to server. This is what? Server here. Let me create here VLAN 60. Exit. VLAN 55. Exit. Show VLAN. 2 more VLANs. Go back with third. This is third switch. Client 2. Show VLAN here. 55, 60 or not? Clear? So like this way you have to create the VLANs there. Let's consider the requirement is I have to make it. Right now this is what? This is client only. I have to make it as a what? Transparent. Go back. Only simple command VTP mode transparent. Setting device VTP transparent mode for the VLANs. Show VTP status. Transparent or not? And now revision number became what? 0, because this is useless concept now. Revision number will be usable once if it's server or client, not about transparent. Show VLAN. 10, 20, 50, 60 VLANs are still here. If you have to delete it, delete this one. No VLAN 10, no VLAN 20, not about 55, not about 66. Show VLAN. Is there any VLAN? Okay, 60 is there. Let me delete that one. Is there any VLAN saved? I can delete VLAN 101, exit. VLAN 102, exit. VLAN 103, exit. Show VLAN here. 101, 102, 103 is there or not? Go back to the next client. Show VLAN. Is there any 101, 102, 103? Go back to server. Show VLAN. Is there any 101, 102? Nothing. I'm on server. Create here VLAN 200. Exit. VLAN 300, show VLAN 200 or 300 there or not. Go to transparent. This is my transparent here. Let me change its name, host name as a transparent. Okay, show VLAN. Is there any 200 or 300? Not yet. But go to the third switch. 200, 300 is there or not? I'm on which mode? I'm on client mode. Try to delete any VLAN. No VLAN, done. Won't allow you. But on transparent, it will allow you. Clear or not? Okay. So it means here I have VLAN 10, 20, 50, 60, 200, 200, same here. And here what are the VLANs we have? 101, 102, 103. So this is I'm using what? Transparent. Do one thing. Make it as a client again. Make it as a client. This is what? Transparent or not? Show VTP status. What is that? Transparent or not? Make it as a what? Client. Command is VTP mode client here. Clear? Show VTP status. Show VLAN. Can you see 10, 20, 55, 60 and 200 and 300 is there. But what about 101, 102, 103? That is removed because you are the part of the domain, CSAT domain, and if you are a client, same information should be there which is on your server here. Clear? Just last thing. Now, show VTP status. Which version I'm using? 2. VLAN 1008. I'm able to create here because this is all about extended VLAN here. Once you will try to create on your real devices, it won't allow you again. On that time, what you have to do? VTP mode V3. Sorry. Because it's all about simulator, not exact output. Okay. You can, for the VTP, go with packet tracer. On the packet tracer, you will get all exact outputs there. Okay. Without changing any domain name and all. Okay. That won't allow you. Okay. So VTP mode, you have to change it. Clear or not? Okay. That is VTP version 3. Let it be start. And one more thing here. So now, see. Shit. Now, switch here. Okay. Just let me open it. Let it be start. Just VTP v3 concept I have to show you. Okay, because on GNS we were able to configure show VTP status. Which mode is there? Version 2 is there. Okay. Now VLAN 1008 won't allow you. Clear? Change the mode. Change the version. VTP version. Packet tracer doesn't support your VTP version 3. Okay. But you can see it won't allow you. Got it? Okay. So better thing is that practice here and then go with Clear? One more important thing here. Last. 1 second. Actually, on my simulator, here DTP is enabled. So, automatically it's became what? Trunking port. But on packet tracer, manually you have to make them as a trunk. The reason is, see, VLAN 10 or 20, different VLAN information or not. By default, the part of what? VLAN 1, VLAN 1 here. So then you have to configure these interfaces as a what? As a trunk only. Okay. Otherwise, if this is the part of VLAN 1, let's consider if it's not about your trunking port, these interfaces are not as in a trunk port here. So then, if switch will try to replicate information, which information? VLAN 10 and 20, different VLAN information, then this interface won't allow you. Okay. So on the real devices, if you will configure your VTPs and all, okay, and if you won't make it as a trunk, it won't allow on that. Got it? Clear or not? These are the things there. Okay. So I'm done with VTP. What are the commands? The commands are very simple. VTP domain, VTP version, and this is as a transparent. Note it down, these 3 commands. And how to check? Show VTP status. And after that you can use the context help and this find out. Clear guys? So I'm done with VTP. Thank you so much.